okay? There's a vegan cookie for Bella. Good girl.
What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the dumbest vegan on YouTube, otherwise known as that vegan teacher. Oh, we're back here again. She's claimed recently that animals should be vegan. That's right. She posted a video the other day even talking about, should cats even really exist if they're not vegan, if they eat meat? Should cats really even be here? Which I gotta say, I find absolutely hilarious because it feels like now it's really come full circle, hasn't it? You have a vegan who loves animals and tries to protect animals, but you have an animal that only eats meat, and now the vegans are angry at the animal. But that doesn't make any sense because I thought vegans love animals. Well, not anymore. If that animal goes against what they believe, they want to cancel it. In fact, they want it to be eradicated. Doesn't sound very pet friendly to me, if I'm going to be honest, guys. So let's have a look at the video in which the vegan teacher discusses this, and then we're going to break down the actual facts from actual research and discuss why she is completely wrong. But before we do, guys, me and Retro Phantom got a new cat 6 days ago, and her name's Freya. Yes, they should exist. Leave a like on today's video for Freya, so she may exist in peace without that vegan teacher trying to cancel her.
Most of you won't like what I am about to talk about. You'll think that it's a bit over the top. You'll think that it's a bit crazy, and you'll probably be angry also. But take a moment, try to open your mind, and just stick with me for a sec. We take care of cats, right? I had 2 of them several years ago. They were my first animal companions when I became a registered nurse. And I love them dearly. But since then, I've become vegan, and I've come to see things a little bit differently. Don't get me wrong, I still find them absolutely gorgeous and cute. They're so soft, and I like to be surrounded by them.
Too bad the cats can't say the same thing about the vegan teacher.
But the truth is that cats have no place in our homes or in our lives at all. They have been bred into existence and kept with us as pets, but they should never have been. Humans just enjoyed their company, and so they used them for entertainment and for comfort. But the sad thing is that for every person who has a cat, they are paying people to murder all kinds of other innocent animals.
Are we really? So really her argument is here that we shouldn't really be having cats, which, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, the same really does go for dogs. You shouldn't be feeding them a vegan diet. It's not good for them. We'll get into that in a second before any vegans start screaming that yes it is. Because by the way, you get all your information from the vegan teacher and you believe that? Damn. Does that mean now we should get rid of all pets that eat meat diets? Hell, guys, while we're at it, you should also throw your firstborn away as well. You're going to start feeding that meat. That little serial killer. Nah, throw your kid away. No point having it. Put it in the bin. I find it very hard for where they draw the line for certain things. For example, them claiming that we now pay for the torture of animals, in which if you want to play their little game, yeah, okay, sure. You guys do the exact same thing with wildlife as well, with farming. For example, farming avocados. It destroys the wildlife around it. But what, like it just doesn't count because the animal that's dying here isn't bigger than the size of my hand? It just doesn't count or something? They're just massive hypocrites that are now finding new ways to kind of get angry at you and try and make you guys feel bad. You guys own a cat? Well, I used to own 2, but that's besides the point. But you guys who own a cat right now, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. They're killing little fishies, but you're literally killing a shit ton of wildlife while farming all your fruits and veggies.
And that's not right. Every time you buy cat food, you're paying somebody to murder other innocent animals who also had a right to live. The fish on this package wanted to live
How do you know? He might not have wanted to live. You don't know that, vegan teacher. I like to think the person who owns this store just peeking around the corner, seeing some crazy middle-aged lady recording the cat food while making a monologue about how it's killing loads of animals. It's gotta be pretty fucking weird, right?
You guys are paying for loads of torture. Look at this cat. You killed fishes.
Ma'am, are you okay? Do you need help with anything?
Do you have a cat? If you do, you should get rid of it.
Ma'am, that has nothing. What the fuck? Get out of my store. It's fucking weird.
The fish on this package had a right to live. His or her life was as valuable as the life of a cat.
Nice to see vegan teacher isn't misgendering the fish. Epic. So would you argue then at the same point that insects are just as important as you? Because really, where are we really drawing the line here? It sounds like the animals are only important just as long as we're the ones killing them. If they're killing them, they're not important. But if we're doing it, suddenly now they're super important and top priority. For us to do that experiment on the train tracks and put one goldfish and one human being, vegan teacher would probably choose the human for the train to go down. Well, their lives are as each other's.
The cows in the industry who are abused in order to make this cheese also had a right to live and not be exploited just for cat food. This package says, "No cruelty tested," but it contains the body of an innocent animal. If your cats are not vegan yet, what are you waiting for?
Well, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, vegan teacher, I'm just waiting for a few million years to go past so evolution can hurry up and allow for cats' digestive system to catch up and maybe eat plants. That's what I'm kind of waiting for at the moment, personally. The f do you mean? What are you waiting for? French Canadians, am I right? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, cats literally, quite literally, can't eat vegetables. They can't stay on a vegetable diet. It's impossible for them. The enzymes that break it down in their stomach tract don't exist. They don't have it. We'll read into the articles and what they say for that in a minute. Dogs have a little bit more so, but again, they're not very good at breaking down stuff. Some dogs are actually better than others, but again, no way acceptable to be living on a vegan diet. Not like they're not that good at all. This is just terrible advice. This is like she just woke up this morning and was like, I gotta get my daily upload, and just said a bunch of just random shit that just doesn't make any sense. Because now she is starting to get a little bit of a fan base as well, right? So I really hope no one watches this and then actually tries to feed their cat a vegan diet.
If your cats are not vegan, you're paying for animal abuse. And that's wrong. Go on Facebook and join a group called Vegan Cats to learn how to veganize your cat.
Don't do that, guys.
Join my Facebook group if you want to learn more.
That's a big red flag. If you guys ever hear someone say those words,
Join my Facebook group to learn about how cats can go
don't join it. So there's a video I'm actually going to show you afterwards about what it's like for dogs to go vegan, because again, that's been completely debunked. But for cats, very simply, carnivores are animals. Those diets consist mainly of or entirely of animal tissues because animals evolved to eat the diet which is healthiest for them. And carnivores are no different. Over millions of years, carnivores have developed traits which optimize their ability to find and consume meat. They really go in depth here as well and actually show some pictures which I'll put on screen describing, and even just looking at their teeth you can tell a lot about an animal and what they can eat. Short, simple digestive tract, not equipped to break down the tough cell walls of plants. Eyes on the front of their head. Increased depth perception for hunting. Because believe me, guys, I think your little pet cat would rather hunt a squirrel than a daffodil. Strong, wide opening jaws which cannot move side to side to capture prey and tear flesh. Pointed teeth that do not line up with each other to rip meat. Little to no ability to grind plant material. Lack of amylase in saliva as an enzyme found in the mouth of herbivores and omnivores to begin the breakdown of plant cells while chewing. Again, cats don't have any of this, which completely indicates the fact that they cannot quite simply go vegan. It's like literally impossible. I don't know how she thinks she can just say this and just because she said it on the internet or sorry guys, maybe she read this on her Facebook group. Yeah, well, you shouldn't join them. I'll leave this article in the description if you guys are curious and you actually want to read through this. It just completely debunks every single thing that the vegan teacher has literally just said. And then now I would like to show a little bit of this video here, because it also then debunks the fact of what dogs can and cannot eat. Because again, her dog, by the way, she has a dog called Bella who is vegan and has been vegan since the first vegan teacher video I made, which was about like 3 years ago or something, which I find quite funny in a way because she talks about animal abuse, but yeah, here she is, my eyes, abusing her dog. But yeah, sure, that's completely fine apparently. She read it maybe on a Facebook group page.
Where dogs are considered facultative carnivores. They're not actually omnivores. Anybody who tells you they're an omnivore has an economic reason to call a dog an omnivore, usually because they are selling carbohydrate-rich diets, which are actually inappropriate for a facultative carnivore.
Or you're the vegan teacher and your whole channel revolves around making content about your vegan dog and to turn everything vegan. So yeah, there's definitely a political motive there.
And how do we know they're not omnivores? Because you're going to tell me there's a study that showed that they're omnivores. I can tell you how they're not omnivores. Clearly, that study was flawed. The study, if you're referring to the same one that I looked up, was actually all about done on pigs by somebody who studies pigs. And then they use that data to talk about dogs and amylase. Amylase being the digestive enzyme that the pancreas makes in order to digest carbohydrate. And so some dogs have varying amounts of amylase. Some dogs make a small amount and some dogs make a little more. So your dog may be lucky enough to have a pancreas that makes a little more amylase. But you know how you know they're not an omnivore and that they're actually something in between an omnivore, human or a pig, where we can eat everything, or an obligate carnivore where they have no amylase at all and can't digest carbohydrate, and actually it gets in the way of proper digestion. And so how do we know that they're not an omnivore like humans and pigs? Feed them a carrot. Give them a carrot. It'll come out in chunks, completely undigested, because they have no ability to break down the cellulose using cellulase. So when they talk about omnivores, they always talk about amylase, and they have a little amylase, and they can deal with some carbohydrate. The carbohydrate they're supposed to deal with are seasonal fruits. When things are sweet and yummy and delicious, and they are all these extra calories that are available, that amylase comes into play for our dogs.
But not for vegetables. Boom. There you go, guys. I just saw this the other day and I wanted to cover it. I thought it was dumb. Look, every video that the vegan teacher uploads is kind of silly. This one being even more so. Having someone to quite literally come out and say, you shouldn't have a cat because you're paying for torture and all that. Like, just an absolute load of nonsense. But I'm glad we debunked everything. Anyway, boys and girls, hope you guys are having a fantastic day and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.